Lovely. Buzz all up in my face. All up in my mouth, anyway. Oh, yeah, that feels good. Yes, 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 yes. We are live. And, well, you know the rest. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Freedom Forum. I am your host, Ye Olde Guardsman. As per usual, there are only two rules in this forum. No bullying people in the chat or on panel. And no pornographic links or porn bombing. Other than that, everything goes. Please do enjoy yourselves. Oh, that feels freaking glorious. Yes, I needed that. Oh, you know how it feels when you go, you sling off your shirt after a freaking hard day's work? Well, that's how that feels. Yeah, I went and cut off the old beard because it was getting narbar, man. It was getting to be too much. I mean, just like all the way down to my freaking the middle of my chest and whatnot. I was like, nah, I can't do that. Ain't right. Can't do that. So high. Yeah. Went and I cut it all off. It's too much. Hey, Hoosiers. Oh, that feels good. You, mister, are in trouble. You don't get to go outside. No. No. You need to stop digging up my backyard. Yes, I did. I says, well, shit, it's 9/11, so I'm going to get my war face on. So, let me see your war face. But anyways, yeah, like I said, welcome to the Freedom Forum, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Ye Olde Guardsman. Sun's out, guns out, you know what I'm saying? Have yourselves a good time. Please enjoy yourselves, please. It's the least that I could ask for, and actually the most that you can do for me is to enjoy yourselves. Oh, I'm right here, Garrett. Let it blow your mind. This is actually how I actually look. All right. That's the funny shit about it. You know, a big old freaking honking beard. That's just lazy. But, I decided, hey, well, I can't take it no more. It's getting burnt when I light my cigarette. Nah. The smell of burnt face fuzz is a little bit too much. Now, if you couldn't tell, my baby face, smooth skin, that is the face of an Arkansas man, if you didn't know. That's how that looks. A little bit more refined. I think it's funny, but I'm going to point out to you, Bug Out, real quick. Watch this. It's the same feller. Yes, you're on the right channel. This is the Freedom Forum. I just decidedly took that off. It was too much. Feels good. Of course, I don't use a razor, so yeah, I'm going to look like I got, patchy 5 o'clock shadow, but, I don't use an actual razor on my face because it's bad for my skin. It makes it so I have much worse acne than I normally have if I use a razor. So yeah, I had to go and the problem here, if you look on this side, I actually can't put enough pressure with my clippers to cut the fuzz all the way down. On this side, though, you can see it does get enough pressure. You know why that is? Because even though this looks like there's a jawbone under there, that's all muscle all the way around. Yes, I am not bullshitting you when I says I only have a half a jawbone. All this all the way over is gone. Mm-hmm. That's why I normally just leave the fuzz on, but like I said, it had to go. I fell under a lawnmower, right? Cause I thought it was a little bit funny. I was looking at myself in the mirror. I was like, "Damn, bro, you looking more like Hitler. What the fuck?" Because this was really fucking hard to cut for some reason with that little trimmer thing. I sat there for a good 10 minutes just trimming on this. Funny shit. But yeah, it had to go. Now I got a face that feels like sandpaper rather than a face that feels like somebody trying to pet a Shetland sheepdog. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I had to get rid of it. It had to come off. So now I'm going to do a side flip. I went upside down and then went right back straight up. Yeah, it does get old. It gets real old real fast having that all that down to about here. It was like, man, I can't even. I'm sitting here, I can grasp my beard like this. That's too much. Says to myself, no, I need to get my war face on. If y'all didn't know, it is Cherokee tradition that before going into battle, you shave your face clean. Whether or not you paint your face, you shave it clean. Good afternoon there, Blackwatch. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Yes, I am the same dude. Swear to God, hand of God, same guy. That's just, this is my actual face. If you notice, there's such a difference between the way as I look with my beard and the way I look without my beard that it's an effective cover. Everything else about me don't change, but the beard is gone. It'll be back in a little while. It'll be back. Now, excuse me for just a second. I need to check this out. Enter my name on my log on. Set up a log on for yourself for your account. Yes, I do. If not, check the bank card. See if there's a phone number you can call and order a new card on. Use the card at the grocery store, but everything else is off limits. Yes, thank you. So now I can't buy gunpowder, projectiles, caps for my gun, anything like that, because I don't know if you all know this, but my mama decided to go and order a card for me, and they did not give her a card in my name. They gave her a card in her name attached to my account. Isn't it awesome? So I says to myself, well, I can't buy anything that's of a restricted item. I can't buy anything that's one of those things in the store because it would appear, mind you, not necessarily be legally true, or for that matter, be intrinsically true, but it would appear as if my mother is trying to make a straw purchase. It's kind of fucked up if you ask me, because the reality is my mama got access to my account specifically because she is my financial advisor. She's the one who controls, transactions back and forth and helps me when situations get to be a certain way where somebody breaks into my account and starts stealing shit. She has enough power to be able to turn around and not only put a stop on it, but track those people down. So Yeah, that's one of those things where that's why she has access to the account in the first place. But yeah, one of the downsides of it, if she orders a card for me, it comes in her name, which means that I can't make any freaking purchases, with things that have to be in my name, sort of thing. Like I'm purchasing pesticide, or I'm purchasing large quantities of fertilizer, or I'm purchasing uh, any type of oxidizer, or I'm purchasing matches, of all fucking things. Yeah, that is actually tracked, by the way. If you use your card to purchase a box of matches, that transaction is still tracked. It just doesn't mean that, it's restricted in any way. It's just tracked. So if it's you purchase caps, say, for like a black powder gun, like what I have, and it's purchased on a card that's under somebody else's name, they will go to jail. And then they will come after you, and you will go to jail. Even though the money came out of your account, the money came from your work, your efforts. This is something that I found out the hard way when I purchased my 50 caliber air gun, because in the state of California, anything 50 caliber is scrutinized heavily, even if it is not a firearm. Let that blow your mind. You could be going and getting half-inch bolts, and they still look at you like, what the fuck? Huh? Half-inch tubing. What? Well, why do you need half-inch tubing for? Well, funny you should ask. Like I said, genius. My mom has access to my account in order to negate um, unlawful transactions, and to be able to protect my accounts and my money, because um, she is a financial specialist. She's not a certified public accountant, even though yes, she does that stuff. She is a financial specialist. In other words, she's a financial fixer. She gets in there, she does people's books, she fixes them to the point where she can figure out where the discrepancies are and bring that to people's attention. Yeah, I'm the authorized representative for my legal name. However, if you utilize, like I said, somebody else's card, even if that card is specifically attached to your accounts, because it's their name, it can appear to be such as a straw purchase. So, like for instance, say you go in to buy a firearm, and you're using your wife's card. All right, even though it's on your account, it's your wife's card, because it's in her name, but you're putting that firearm in your name. That constitutes a straw purchase, according to the ATF. Let that blow your mind for a second. You are using your money. You are literally, you're purchasing it in your name, but because you utilized somebody else's credit card or debit card, you are going to jail and they are going to jail. And it doesn't have to necessarily be a conservatorship. Ask me how I know. Yeah, they'll if they want to make a charge stick to you. I'm literally dancing between fucking raindrops, man. That's how I'm dealing with all this shit. That's what I'm doing. You know, metaphorically speaking, with the ATF, is I am dancing in between raindrops with these motherfuckers. I am playing gnome in the rain with these pieces of shit. Yes, guilty by contract. That is insane, isn't it? Well, because for instance, maybe, your card isn't working because the little chip thing isn't working or the magnetic strip got worn the fuck off. I mean, where's my other one? A wall. I'll show you what I mean by that. This is why I actually had to order a new card in the first place. Let me go ahead and cover up important shit. And here you go. You see what I mean? My card cannot be utilized with a magnetic swipe only because that magnetic strip, if you didn't notice, is chewed all to fuck by using it in a magnetic stripe only. So now I can't use this for a magnetic stripe transaction. This card is in my name, as you can see there. But it cannot be used with a magnetic strip. So if I were to go and purchase stuff at, say, a gun store or something, I'd have to utilize another card. Well, funny way that works is if I utilize this other card, simply because it has my mama's name on it, as you can see there, she'll get arrested and I'll get arrested because she tried to purchase me something from my account. Holy fuck. Yeah, they can do so much shit to you, man, just because of a small fucking discrepancy. And when I says a small discrepancy, I mean, look, this card is on my account. This card is according to my PIN. Everything is the same except for the name. And yet, we'll still both go to jail if I go and I try to buy black powder with it. Let that fucking blow your mind. Not modern smokeless powder, black powder. Because it is a explosive and it is, even though it's civilian legal, for firearms. Restricted items. Ain't it lovely? So yeah, that is precisely why I just had to jump off right there and go and check that out. It was like, yeah, no, neither can I. That's what I'm saying. Even if you buy a black powder substitute like Pyrex or something like that, it's still the same effect, basically. All right, if you go and you buy gunpowder, you go and you buy priming compound, you buy shell casings, you buy lead for a gun, specifically sized projectiles for a firearm. Every one of those transactions gets recorded by the ATF. And what you used to purchase it, whose name it was purchased under, and whose name the card holder is. If you use a card, that's what they do. They also check who's the card holder. Thank you. Thank you, Dick Law. Jed Clampett in Tennessee. I love that cuz. Yeah, they can type in the numbers, but see, that's the funny thing. Um, because this is the new card on my account, even if I were to use my card on it, it still shows up as her name. Wow. And she's got her own card for it. It's how she puts money into my account. Yeah. So why not use cash? Hmm. Can't do that on the left coast when you're purchasing ammunition, arms, or armature. You actually have to utilize either a credit card or a debit card or a check, something with your name on it. That's what you guys wonder why I sit here and I'm such a fucking up in arms against the ATF. Why I think they should be a fucking convenience store. It's regulations like that. That little slight underhanded bullshit that happened back in the fucking early 2000s that nobody was paying attention to, save for me, because, at one point in time, I wanted to actually get a gun. Because, hey, I like to go target shooting. I like to go shoot, trap, and skeet. I like to go duck hunting. I also like to be safe and secure in my own home. I like to go fishing for trout. Just so happens that there's also bears in the area where you go fishing for trout. Bear spray doesn't always fucking work. So you need to have a firearm. Yeah, there's another one, Blackwatch. In some states, if you can use cash, you still have to show ID. Let that blow your mind. You know what picture is on my ID? I'll show you. It's the same one as is on my passport. And I got one so that I don't have to actually show my ID to nobody. Does that look like me? Clean shaven? That's what I was saying. Just like, it don't look like me, do it? But that's me. That's 4.5 years ago. Same one is on my passport, same one's on my ID. Yeah, I still need to go and get your ID out when you're younger and you've got that younger look to you. I mean, even I still got to pull out my ID for buying beer if I'm clean shaven. Crazy as it sounds, I don't look like I'm 36. I look like I'm in my 20s. It's amazing how many years you drop when you take that off. See, I look like I'm in my 40s when I got a beard, but so they don't even question nothing. But now I say I ain't got no beard, and they're gonna look at me kind of funny, ain't they? Like, I'm gonna need to see your ID. That's astonishing. I was in here last week and bought some beer from you. You didn't need my ID then. Then my San Quentin Photoshop. That's funny. That's too funny. So, but here's the funny thing: if I were to go in and show my ID, I don't look like my picture, right? They say, "Well, you look young." I'm like, "No, but you can't tell. This 5 o'clock shadow going all the way up to my eyeballs, basically on the both sides, pretty much. I mean, damn." That's too funny. You look big for your age. Do you not know how to read a birth date? I'd be saying it's the same thing there, Blackwatch. Like, you don't know how to read a birthday? Dude, I'll help you out with this. I'll give you my birthday because I don't use it for fuck all anything except for my birthday. It is 7/21/1987. Folks look at that and they go, nah, there's no way. Oh, fucking bowl me over. Yeah, it's like they think you're a different person. Swear to God. Like, I'll probably go down and buy me a 6 pack of beer or something, and I'll get carded. I guarantee you, I will get carded going down there to buy my beer. I will get carded for buying tobacco. I will get carded for buying pot. Now, they always card you for pot, but the fucked up funny shit is I go in there and buy fucking alcohol all the time. Don't even need that. No, we don't need to see your ID. You're good, man. It's the beard. See, that's what's funny about this. Like, I've seen dudes that was like 19, 20 years old, had a beard down to the bottom of their chest. Like, dude, these motherfuckers look like they was ancient. Walk in looking like, you say Yosemite Sam's granddad with a mustache coming down this far and freaking beard going all gray, and motherfucker's 20. I think it's hilarious. This is why they started the whole card thing, because and made it like mandatory that everybody has to be carded, because you can look much older than you actually are, or you can look much younger than you actually are. I'm 36 years old. If you didn't know that and you looked at my face, how old would you say as I is? Did you know that my uncle, who is in his 60s, gets carded when he goes in to buy beer? 102. Thanks. Now I really feel old. But yeah, God's honest fucking truth. Like, they trip out on that shit. Like, I've walked into all sorts of different stores. Like, hey, hi, as the same person as before, and I walk in, I got the same freaking accent, same fucking voice, the same demeanor. I walk in, it's all the same clothes, even. And they look at my face and go, "I'm gonna need to see your ID, sir." Well, shit. Yeah, right, Kino. Nobody even looks close to freaking 17 when they're going out to buy cigarettes, unless they're a 17-year-old going out to buy cigarettes. But the fucked up funny part is you go in, you go to buy cigarettes, and they're still like, "We're gonna need to see your ID, sir." Damn. I ain't been 18 since freaking 2005. Y'all are just impressive. Oh, it's 21 now, sir. Do you not know how to do math? Because the math ain't math in here, Hoss. I said I was 18 in 2005. It's 2023. Get with the program, right? That is exactly my point. I look much older with a beard. Like I've had women in their 50s walk up to me and be like, "Hi there, sexy." I'm like, "Damn, huh?" Okay. And when they find out that I'm 36, they're just like, "You're a baby." Okay, I'm a baby. Whatever. I think it's fucking hilarious that you think I'm a child. I'm a little kid, but yeah, whatever. 17 since 1842. Damn, son. Well, you like 140 something years old or some shit? 150, 178. Holy fuck. I need to know your secret, bro. Hey, don't get me wrong. I love cougars, just not the clawed variety. Owie. Yes, that's lovely when you feel like your asshole's going to literally split out of your backside. Fucking sciatica. Ow. Hey. I'm still peeling pieces of face fuzz off of my face that's already been cut off. It says made in Taiwan. Yeah, in 1842, you had to freaking grow your own tobacco and then dry it out to smoke it. In 1970, you walk down to the store with a quarter at the age of 10 years old, buy a pack of cigarettes. Actually, you could buy a pack of cigarettes, buy a soda pop, and still have money left over for the bus ride home. Yeah. See, there's something funny right there. I keep on telling folks, if I actually did the full shave, like took it all the way down to clean, I would blow your mind because I still look 25. If I don't have the skirful and whatnot, I still look 25. Same as I did the day I got stabbed. I was looking in the mirror. I was like, holy shit. Maybe that Highlander crap is real. Man, yeah, you feel like you're going to die sometimes, but I've watched other people actually die from some of the shit that has happened to me, and I'm still here. Hmm. And when I say actually die, their heart stops beating, their brain stops functioning, and they end up in a fucking body bag. Okay? So it doesn't make sense. Unless, of course, there can be only one. I mean, yeah, I can grow out my beard fine, whatever. I believe that was actually part of the canon of Highlander was that, grow facial hair if you wanted to. I mean, didn't Duncan, when he was in Italy in the 1700s, didn't he have the full mustache, the Italian mustache and stuff like that? And a little there, right? Yet when he was killed on the battlefields of Scotland in the Highlands, he was clean shaven. Let that blow your mind. Like maybe that shit is real. I don't know. Yeah, soup saver. I love them things. That's what I'm talking about. We called it a soup saver or flavor saver. Landing strip. Anybody knows what that one is? Ha 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 ha. There can be only one. I joke, but y'all know. Well, I thought about doing a cartwheel, but my kilt might fly up. If you know where that one comes from, good on you. Freedom! Oh. I've been sitting here trying to find myself. Need to find myself. Need to get behind myself. Listen for the playback and watching for the payback. And they say that everyone bleeds just like me. Sometimes I feel like number one, even when I'm last in line. I watch my youngest son, and it helps to pass the time. Take too many pills, it helps to ease the pain. Save a couple dollar bills, still I feel the same. Ricky, good to see you. Welcome, welcome, brother. Lower, lower, low enough. Can't hear you. I know. I know, I know. Man, stop singing. My ears hurt. You're making my ears bleed, man. Tell you what, kiss my ass. Oh. No, of course I don't sound like Freddie. I am not Freddie Mercury. I was singing the freaking Kid Rock version. I wasn't singing the Freddie Mercury version, y'all. Hey, it could be worse. Well, you could be sitting next to each other and not be sitting there singing, "The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, and I don't even fucking care." But let's be honest with each other. It's all because I'm babyface, motherfucker. That's why you know why you're sitting there hating on me, because you don't like the fact that I got a nice looking go, as it were. Funny enough, yes, I can smile And it looks like I got a full-size jaw. But funny enough, from here over is pieces to this day. And yeah, so you know, it's been 10 fucking years. Shit still ain't healed. Ain't gonna heal. Wrong queen, Blackwatch. Wrong queen. And by the way, Dr. Phil does not perform here. He got his feelings hurt too many times. You know, when I told the man, so you'd rather cut people down at the knees and have them feel as if they are worth less than be honest with them. Because that's what butt hurt me really bad about Dr. Phil. Yeah, man would actually rather sit there and tell somebody what they want to hear so that when they're out there in public, they get cut down at the fucking knees rather than telling them the absolute fucking straight out truth. Like, look, your attitude is absolute crap, lady. And that's why your boyfriend doesn't want to be with you. If you swapped your attitude around just a little bit, he might be able to tolerate you. Instead of, so, in other words, you think that because he's not willing to accept you as you are, then he doesn't deserve to be around you. And I agree with that. What? Hold up. Right quick. So you're telling me that there's no reason for you to even have a job? I love psychologists for one reason. Every fucking time they open their mouth, they prove to me they should not have a job. No, he don't. Actually, he does not tell the truth. Found that out myself. Come on, fucker, light. You too funny, man. You are too funny, Blackwatch. Catch me outside. How about that? I would love to see Freddie Mercury in concert. Oh yeah. Fucking Yarn Hub stole my time machine, so that'll never happen again. Good acids off limits. Can't go watch Queen concert. Man, can't go and ask Einstein any questions. I mean, damn. Damn cat keeps on taking my damn time machine and running off to go and do episodes on things that happen in history. There's a joke, by the way, if y'all didn't know. Yarn Hub, they have this cat that shows up in every one of their episodes. I think it's absolutely fucking hilarious because I've sat there on several of their videos and been just like, y'all need to return my time machine. That cat's gonna cause a break in the continuum. Just because I do physics and whatnot, and they do history, it's kind of like, you know, just a little ha ha ha. That is a real bummer. Yeah, you can't leave your daughter at home, though. So I understand that, but you know, family first and all. Yeah, Montreal. That was a hell of a show. That was a hell of a show. He talked you down to $1.50. Damn, that's hardcore, man. That's some hardcore shit right there. That man's a swindler. You think that you getting hardcore with that scalping, but damn, son. I mean, you paid fucking $10 for a fucking ticket. Then you go outside and you sell it for $1.50. Damn, that's sad, bruh. You didn't just lose money; you got taken, homie. Yeah, he does. If you're actually inclined to think like that, he does. Thunderbolt of lightning, very, very frightening. Yeah, now I've got Queen running through my head. That's why I'm sitting here doing that. Um, Bohemian Rhapsody, I know. Sitting there going, you know, because it's like this is one of the downsides to literally having an eidetic memory. Um, I remember lyrics and music to the point where I've got a karaoke box. I mean, not karaoke box, a jukebox in my head. Yeah, that is impressive. Tell you what, when that old fucker raises up out of the coffin and starts singing, y'all let me know because I've been wanting to meet my great 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 granddad. Been wanting to. If y'all didn't know, that was a joke. All right, Enrico Caruso is my dad, but at the same time, you know, him being my great 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 granddad, never got to meet the man. You leave them kids alone. I was talking to Houdini. I was not trying to make a reference to any songs or anything like that. That's too funny. Like, yeah, I'm gonna mark up the price another $1,000 for you. That's some pretty funny shit right there. Or sorry, 3 grand, $3,000 markup. Yeah, yeah. Are you finished? No, I'm not letting you out because you are digging up my back fence, and you are not allowed to. I give a shit. literally living on fucking fumes anymore, guys. I personally have been holding on to these two $1 bills because, in all honesty, that's fire starter. About what it's worth. Yeah, it's about 10 cents right there. That's worth 10 cents. By comparison to just 20 years ago, it's worth 10 cents. $2 is worth 10 cents. It's fucking insulting, man. Colonel Sanders kicked the bucket. I'm sorry, it's too funny. Tell me, was it an 8-piece or was it a 24-piece? Dear God, no. Why? Why would you ever? You don't want a $2 bill in your pants. What? So, as per the discussion, I was gonna open up the damn my dumb ass here. I do apologize. I did not post yonder earlier. So now I'm gonna open up the Freedom Forum because I did not earlier, and that's my bad. Apologies are out there for you. Take it or leave it. There's the link to the Freedom Forum. You ever heard the saying, "It's as gay as a $2 bill"? Because I have. By the by, let me real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and there we go. Go ahead right quick and pin this. Pause, please. Damn it. Pinned you. Ha. And now, y'all, and no, not that one. I want that one. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it's called the gay bill. If you didn't know. Yeah, that's what they call a $2 bill, is a gay bill. Or what was the other one? Jefferson. No. You made yourself into the asshole, so now you got to deal with it. I deal with it all the time. Welcome to adulthood. A hooker? But it's never something that I ever heard. Ever. And I had a $2 bill. Funny enough. Yes, I actually, at one time, had a real from the fucking treasury $2 bill. Jefferson Davis right on the front. But yeah, they used to call it the gay bill. They used to tell you, you know, that shit's more gay than a $2 bill. You didn't know that one? Now you do. Oh! Damn sciatica. Ow. Who know what, huh? What a miss. Of course, I'm getting freaking fuck off, Reddit. At the moment, I'm busy. I told folks on Reddit, you know, y'all here on YouTube actually are, y'all come first. They all want my book, but, you know, they don't want to buy it. They just want to read it. It's kind of astonishing, really. They all want to read my book. They all want to, you know, have my book, but they don't want to buy it. Kind of understand the feeling, you know, but I still went and bought the books that I wanted to read. I happen to have a copy of Between Two Worlds. If you don't know what book that is, y'all need to go and fucking buy that book. Written back in the 80s. By one of our friends here on YouTube, funny enough. On that note, big shout out to What's Your America Look Like? Yeah, lifetime debt to fucking Fed. I sent a video about that to my cousin. Because if you want to, you can go ahead and post a link to that particular video here. It literally breaks down in a nutshell for people with the mentality of a 5-year-old exactly what. Shut up. It breaks down for the mentality of a 5-year-old exactly what you know happened to our country and why we are where we're at. Funny enough, that shit was 8 years ago when that guy posted that video. Or no, 8 months ago. I get my freaking years and months and days mixed up, which is not good. Are you finished? That is precisely why your ass is stuck inside. because you cannot take no for an answer. Damn it, I hate being fucking mean like that, but I gotta. Whoa. Ugly bug. Katie did what? Yeah, speaking of going postal, I saw something earlier that made me madder than hell. Um, if you shoot a retired police dog, you are uh, charged at that moment with assault on an officer. But if you shoot a minute mutt for the same fucking thing, oh well. What? So in other words, it's only a canine if they work with the police department. Regardless of training, it's only a canine if they work with the police department. Last I checked, um, the only cop dogs I've ever seen in my life were so fucking vicious you could not get around them, even once they were retired. That could not be handled by anybody other than their handler. However, I have watched a minute mutt transition from in the field of fucking bloody combat to being a peace loving, awesome dog that just wants to have fun. You know what the difference is? A minute mutt gets told no. That's the difference. That freight collector special delivery. See, me, I'd just be like, nah, motherfucker, it's called Rapid Dragon. Honestly, who on earth measures nuclear weapons in pallet? Um, hey, Dana, good to see you. Homeless in America, good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. I forgot your name, god damn it. Yes, I shaved. Well, sorta. I used my clippers because if I use a razor, it actually causes me to have the worst razor burn you've ever seen in your life. It turns into what's it? It actually turns into an acne infection that is so bad that even when you use aftershave, it doesn't work. It doesn't get rid of it. So, yeah, my acne is actually that bad, and it has never gone away. Are they grape flavored? I don't know. I'll tell you what though. The one thing that I do know about the purple Pop Tarts is once you ate one of them motherfuckers, you sitting there going, "Ooh, look at the pretty color." If you didn't know, a purple Pop Tart is a fucking blotter paper, man. It's a wonder how I know what that is, but I don't know what the other one is. It's kind of funny. And on top of that, I've never done acid in my life. So that's really funny. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I have been slacking. I've been trying to get out there to folks, but it's just like, wow. Yeah, I used to have an electric razor that was actually pretty nice. It was a Bosch with a little flip up trim, flip up mustache trimmer, and you know, really nice little Bosch trimmer. But yeah, I won't ever again. I won't ever again on one of fucking things. They just rip the hair out of your face. They don't cut it. Um, so I use a funny enough, I use a Gillette Floby, a battery powered Gillette Floby. Done. But yeah, I actually had to sit there and like hold my beard and trim booger off. I'm surprised that they didn't literally drag his ass out to the obstacle course and say, "Here, motherfucker, run that naked." Because, yeah, fuck that son of a bitch. 60 grit belt sander. Yeah, I'll definitely take a layer of skin off of. That's the reason, number one, why I can't use a razor anymore on my skin. I used to use the Mach 3 all the time. It was my favorite razor, but I would always end up breaking out really bad, even after using straight freaking alcohol on my skin. Didn't matter. You still break out with fucking zits everywhere. It looked like I had a beard made of zits. Let's not say we did. Okay, Jake. And yeah, you told me once, and I told you I'm going to forget your name because I'm horrible with names. And I used it several times and then forgot it. I remember faces. I remember artwork like you would not believe. I can remember lyrics to a song. I can remember freaking musical notes to a song. I can remember the chemical composition of TNT, but I cannot remember people's names. I mean, some people's names, yes, I could remember it just because, you know, they had a specific impact on my life that was so profound, I could never forget them. Or, you know, never forget their name. But, you know, like my name is Blaine. It's one of those names where it's like you don't use it often enough to even remember that that's even a name. You know, it's one of the reasons why I used that name as a character in my book, as the main character in my book, so people would actually start fucking using the name. It's like, what's your name? Blaine. Wait, what? That'll happen. It will happen, Dana. I just had an onion sandwich. Want some? Oh my God. It was nasty. Yeah. Barring the homeless bit, kind of in the same boat. Except for one thing. I got two $1 bills to rub together. Dana, that's precisely the same here. I don't mess with the I don't mess with booger sugar. I ain't up with the cranium candy. It's just not for me. That stuff made me break out in hives and start fucking having blisters on my throat, blisters on my gums and shit. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm allergic to cocaine. Go figure. Like I have a severe reaction to cocaine. Whereas other people, they have a pretty bad reaction to cocaine. They break out in handcuffs. I break out in a hospital bed. So yeah. Red onion with a slice of sharp white cheddar. As long as the onions are sauteed before and it's a grilled cheese sandwich. Now right there. Ooh, love it. There's that Tom McDonald song. They call us white trash, like it's something they know. They call us white trash. Um, Need to reduce the pain in my jaw, and I am running out of Rosins. It's actually that bad. Hey, look, I may look white. Don't let it fool you. I'm actually, it's kind of hard to see, but I'm brown. I'm a red man. I know it's not easy to see because like this half of my face is, been collapsed. So it's not easy to see, but you can see it in this side of my face. You can see a little bit of the curve up in my eye, a little curve down here, and you can see that really stupid high cheekbone on this side. Oh, and pointy ears. Cherokee Choctaw. Flathead, and Blackfoot, Kiowa. Also, on my mama's side of Italian, which is where the beard and the brown, the beard and the heavy chest hair comes from. Yeah, that's my mama. But also, my daddy, funny enough, Cherokee people can grow beards. Well, just not full beards right here. The Fu Manchu thing, can't do that. For some reason, you cannot get a Fu Manchu grower as a Cherokee man. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I've been thinking about doing the whole Mohawk thing, just like trim it down, cut it just enough so I got like, that much tall off my top of my head, and have the tail off the back and the sides all clear, clean. Thought about it, ain't done it. For one reason and one reason only, and that is that honestly, I don't want to actually look like I'm going into combat because red flags, you know what I'm saying? So, ear. Shit. That's not good. I hope it didn't break. That would suck. No, it didn't break. No, because you want to keep on going out and digging up under the fence and trying to go in and maul the other dogs. Not happening. I will teach you by the numbers, dog. I swear to God. You just realized you're 6 minutes behind. Dude, don't feel bad. I've been sitting there before, like on a channel or whatnot, and I'll look at the discrepancy of the between when a comment gets talked about and when I'm sitting there making a comment, and I'll think, oh well, there's this lag going on, and then I get up there on panel with them, and I'll be watching the comments, and no, there's no fucking lag whatsoever. It's just a matter of like it's like a 10-second lag, but at the same time, the comment just because there's so many comments coming in, you can't keep up. Yeah, well, not necessarily. My family doesn't want to be around me. Pipe tech. I have to look into that. A cute and built pizza delivery guy. Yeah, but it's one of those, You know what I'm saying? Want in one hand, spit in the other, see which one fills up faster. No, I stay in my mom's house. not with my mom. Let's be clear about that. I am the feller that is the security guard here at the house. I'm protecting her property. No, I do not live with my mom. My mom actually lives in Los Angeles. I'm living up in Vernonia, Oregon right now doing my job. On-site security. On-site private security. And before you ask, the only person in the world that I will not charge an arm and a fucking leg for it is my mom. Yeah, I'm lucky in that respect, you know. Well, I won't say I'm lucky. I'll say that I'm dedicated in that respect, and that's what actually got me where I am. Because for a long time, I would advertise to people, yeah, I do private security, I do bodyguard, private property protection, and security advisement for your particular zone. Okay. Now, I've always said that the only true version of security that you can have is somebody on premises who is armed. Well, I got rid of it because it was bothering me, Alice. But yeah, I needed to. Anyways. Yeah, and it is an important job. On-site private security. That's one of those things that, you know, a lot of people don't realize. You know, my mom, she does not carry a fucking gun whatsoever. She's a firm believer in the locks on my door will hold until the cops get here. Thank you, Alice. Yeah, my mom, she believes in, you know, nobody's going to attack me. I'm the nicest lady you'll ever meet, sort of thing. And I'm sorry to say this, but it doesn't matter how nice you are. In fact, the nicer that you are, the more likely you are to be taken advantage of. Which is why I now carry a gun, because I used to be just Mr. Nice Guy. You know, I'm a feller that, you know, I'll give you every opportunity. Even now, I'll give you every opportunity. But the difference is that I will, like I used to, I will snap on you like that. Yeah, I give you every opportunity to do what's right, but then I will literally snatch you up like a bad habit and toss you out like the garbage if you're doing harm or whatnot, if you're not supposed to be there, sort of thing. And it's my job to do so. So, you know, I used to be the kind of guy who I could do it without having a gun. But now I'm what they call invalid. I'm handicapped to an extent where it makes it so that I cannot handle a fight, you know, a fisticuffs fight. But I will, I'll still, to this day, I'll snatch a motherfucker up. I got no qualms with that. Yeah, see, that's, yeah, 0 to kick ass in 3.4 seconds. But that's actually why me and Alice never got together, if you're wondering. I have a 10-year thing because of shit that's happened in the past, and she didn't want to wait that long. So more power to you, hon. Really. That's actually in a nutshell what it is. I've had people ask me. In fact, that was a conversation me and Song and Cat all had together, and they were all like, "Dude, we thought you were gonna get with Alice." I was like, "No, that ain't gonna happen." Which is actually fine by me if you didn't notice. I'm a little bit better off on my own. Anyways, on to better things. Yeah, we're better as warriors. That's plain and simple. It's just it's easier for me to be willing to jump into the fire when I don't have to worry about children. I don't have to worry about significant other. And it's actually easier for me to go head on into the shit because I have less to be afraid of. Um, I don't know if y'all know this. There's really only one thing I'm scared of. I mean, yeah, I have the condition of vertigo, but I'm not afraid of heights. I'm not afraid of it. It's I look down and my body literally tries to go there. So yeah, I'm that kind of person where the only thing that actually scares me in this world, the only thing that terrifies me shitless, holding a newborn baby. Let that blow your mind. It's the only fucking thing that terrifies me in this world. I've had guns pointed at me. I've had people shoot at me. I've had, all sorts of shit happen to me. All right. Been shot, been stabbed, been thrown off a fucking cliff, been thrown out of the back of a car while it was moving very, very quickly. Crashed a motorbike. I mean, fucking fell off a building. Just you name it. The shit that I've been through would kill just about anybody else. Doesn't scare me at all. What scares me is literally holding a child. Dana, the reason why it scares the shit out of me is because I'm afraid I'm going to hurt him. I know it doesn't make any fucking sense. I can't make it make sense. It's an irrational terror that I have holding a baby. I'm literally scared shitless of it. I've had women literally like, here, you want to hold them? Plop them in my arms. I'm like, oh, Jesus. You know, I'm afraid I'm going to drop them or something. You know, I wouldn't, but it's that fear in the back of my mind. Like, I am a fucking force of nature. I can literally dismantle a man with my bare fucking hands, and you're handing me the most defenseless creature on this planet. It terrifies the shit out of me. I'm not afraid of shit. I literally, Alice, you may not know this, but when you're either part of a militia group or you're part of the military or whatever, there's something called the stew pot. Um, it's the guy who has to go and empty the shitters and burn off the shit. Yeah, that was me. I had stew pot duty. I had KP. I had all that other fun shit. So yeah, was not fun. Yes, I would protect that totally innocent child with every last breath I have. But it still terrifies me. Um, by the by, hey Moose, yes, I shaved my beard off. It had to come off. It was bothering the shit out of me to the point where I couldn't handle it no more. It was making me crazy. But yeah, to get back onto the subject, I was the stew pot. I mean, my middle name was Stewart, so they thought it would be funny. For the longest time, I was called stew pot, and then when we went and did what they call gas mask training, which isn't, it's basically just I'm gonna spray this freaking pepper spray, this fogging pepper spray in this tent that we're standing in. And it's going to suck. And this is what it feels like to be gassed with pepper gas. With tear gas. This is what it feels like. That's what that is about. That's to teach you to avoid that gas or to be able to deal with it in that situation. From that little experience, I got the nickname Slick. KP is kitchen patrol, if you didn't know. Basically means you're the one who is cooking dinner and washing the dishes. And when you're doing it for a squad of 10 motherfuckers, yeah, it's something else. I'm scaring little children. That's funny. You are funny, man. I'm all up. No, I haven't seen it, but I pray to God that we never have to. Um, I've never had children, but I slowed down because I ended up getting hurt real bad. Oh yeah, dude, you're right. It was a soldier's creed for you Army guys. For the Marine Corps, I believe it was the Marine Corps song, the Marine Corps hymn. And for the militia, you know what we had to do? This will make you sick. We walk into the tent, zip the tent closed, hit the freaking OC bear spray tank until it was empty. And when I say empty, I mean you could sit there and rattle it. There's nothing in there. In a tent. Now we have to sit in this tent for 15 minutes while the heat accumulates and starts to really off gas it and make it gaseous. While doing that, can you imagine, just for a second, you have to sing "Oh Beautiful" or "America the Beautiful," at least the chorus, after all of that, before you leave the tent. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains' majesty across the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace upon thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. And now you can walk out the fucking tent. Oh, God. There is a reason why they called me slick. And it was not because I was like, the whole sleight of hand or, I could do cool shit and twirls with a sword or shit like that. No, dude, here's why they called me slick. Yes, that's where I got that nickname from. God, I fucking hated it too because that day I chose to just wear the PT shirt and not wear full sleeves. Oh man, just natural reaction. Fuck. God damn. I hated that day. I fucking hated that day to this day. If we have to do that bit of training, I'm opt out, man. I'm done. I'll be sitting there like, nah, I got a medical excuse. I have walking pneumonia. Can't do it anymore. I got gas lung. Got fucking scar tissue on my lungs. I can't do it. But yeah, that was hellish. And imagine you just shaved as well. And by the way, you're a minute man. You don't get a gas mask. You don't get to sit in the tent while it gets hot with a gas mask on. No, you just have to fucking deal with it. Oh God, I fucking hated that shit. You just have to deal with it. And see, y'all got the fucking chamber. We got a tent. Here, fucker, zip that thing closed. Now you're gonna have to unzip it in order to get out. This is gonna suck. We're good. 15 minutes on the clock. And literally just sitting there going, don't breathe. Don't fucking breathe. Your face is on fire. Your eyeballs are burning. And you're sitting there saying to yourself, this sucks, man. Fuck this shit. After a while, you got to breathe in or you're going to pass the fuck out. We actually had one dude pass the fuck out. I straight up just said, I'm not breathing in and fucking passed the fuck out. I was sitting there like, and the rest of us, we're all sitting in this fucking tent looking around at each other like, fuck this shit, man. After about 10 minutes, you just fucking sit there and you're like, well, this thing ain't that bad, but fuck if it doesn't make me want to fucking just go and hawk up a fucking lung. And you're sitting there coughing, hacking, just you want to get out, but it just sucks so fucking bad. And then by the time you finally get through singing, you have to unzip the fucking thing so that everybody can pile the fuck out. Oh my God. Fuck that shit, man. Fuck that shit. Fuck all that noise. Never again. Never to fuck again. No. That was hellacious. I don't know who the fuck came up with that challenge, but they need to, they fuck that shit, man. Look, I understand that it has a fucking reason behind it, all right? You can't carry a gas mask into a riot because it looks like you're going to commit a terrorist act or some shit. So as a Minuteman versus being police officer or being the National Guard or something like that, you have to go in fucking completely just average civvy with camis on and a fucking rifle on your back, and that's it. That's how you're doing it. Like, you're walking in as a fucking civilian, can't have the other extra specials, so you've got to deal with it if it happens. Fuck. Can you imagine that shit? That's how we're trained. So even when there is a real deal fucking, you know, a class 3 chemical attack versus like a class 5 or something, you have class 3 chemical attack like chlorine. We're trained to fucking not even put on the mask. I mean, I'm sure there's some folks out there that do train that because, you know, the military trains that, but the group I was with did not train that. They trained to not put on the mask, to just deal with that because the only gas we're going to have to deal with in that theater is OC. Or any theater for that matter is OC. Whereas the military doesn't deal with the OC. They deal with the class 3s and above. So, yeah. Yeah. That's something else. See, like I said, I was not military and militia. There's a difference. We trained as a group down there in the desert, and then the other part of it when we were doing the tree. You know, there's the desert, the tree, and then the ruck and rifle. And the ruck and rifle is the only thing that you have to duplicate, I guess, according to the fucking standards we got. Um, that's the only thing that you got to continue to train in. The other two are, you know, they're prerequisites for being able to handle the shit that we may have to deal with. You did. You're the one who drank your beer. And the fucked up funny shit is that you never left. You just passed out face first on the counter. That's not our fault, brother. So yeah, we trained the tree up in where was that? That was Williams. Yeah, Williams, Arizona. And then the ruck and rifle was at Devil's Gorge in Arizona. So we got the you had the mountain, which is actually a survival training course. You know, you do desert survival, and then you do water survival, and then you do what's the other one? Desert, water, and um, well, yeah, you know, medical shit, but whatever. But we also had to do urban survival, which that's not something that's taught in the military, by the way. If you didn't know, they don't teach urban survival. Why not? And you know what I found out? The military thinks that because you're in an urban environment, that you don't have to worry about survival training because you're in a city or you're in, you know, you're in a populated area, so you don't have to worry about survival training. The militia, on the other hand, we learned a long ass time ago. You're the only one who is resupplying your ass. So you need to know how to survive everywhere. How do you survive in the city when you don't have a job in that city? You don't have a vehicle. You're the only motherfucker and you're stuck there. That's urban survival. We trained urban survival in Flagstaff, actually. And Lubbock, Texas. And Amarillo, Texas. This is the few places we could actually get away with that. So yeah, in the military, you're taught urban combat, but you're not taught urban survival. There's a difference. Urban survival training, you get taught, don't drink the fucking puddle water. Don't drink out of the hose. If you want to actually be able to find a source of drinkable water, hail back to your desert training with the bagged still on a branch, because you leave no trace that you were ever there. That actually is 100% right in the fucking situ there. Urban combat is really fucking hard. Don't get me wrong. But urban survival training, a lot of people don't think about it. Let me put it this way. What happens when you're in a disaster area and there's no drinkable water? You don't have access to bottled water. All the water around you is toxic and septic. What you gonna drink? Because you can't drink the water. It has chemical contaminants in it. It's not just that it's got bacteria that'll make you really fucking sick. It's also got chemicals in it because it's a disaster zone. So you cannot drink the hose water. You can't drink anything that comes out of the ground. You can't drink anything that's freaking remotely like such. It was fucking astonishing to learn this shit. It actually had me sitting there wondering to myself why the military doesn't teach urban survival training. Because they teach urban combat, but they don't teach urban survival. What did I miss here? Yeah, it's hard to find good cover. Things are built cheap. Ukraine did get a lesson in urban warfare. They also got a lesson in urban survival. And this is what I hailed back to as, y'all need to understand something. Urban survival is fucking important. And you don't think about it until you go to drink out of a public fountain. And you lean your head down and you smell piss. See, that's what you think. That's what they teach you to think, dude. They teach you to think that you've got resupply coming. It's your duty to take this ground. But as a Minuteman, we don't have resupply. You see the differences here? You're going to get food. Food's going to come. In the military. In the militia, you don't know where your next meal is coming from. You don't know where your next drink of water is coming from. And that's very fucking serious. Because if you drink the wrong thing, it'll kill you. If you drink from the wrong source, it'll kill you. If you eat the wrong food, it'll kill you. If you eat contaminated food, it'll kill you. And the reason why it will kill you is because it will make you ineffective as a combat soldier. Straight up. It will make you ineffective in combat. And in doing so, will cause you to be a casualty. You can't eat the food that you find. That's something that I found out while doing that training. You cannot eat the food you find. You have to hunt it up.
As in, you find a Twinkie sitting in a fucking dumpster or some shit. You can't eat that. Doesn't matter. The packaging is fine. It looks like it hasn't been popped. You cannot eat that. Why? Because it's part of the training. You can't eat that. But that rat that's running across the ground, shoot that motherfucker. You can eat him. Dude, that's some shit right there that'll fucking catch you right in the gut with a holy fucking gut punch right there. Like, damn, son. You want me to eat a fucking rat? Are you serious? Yeah. Well, shoot that pigeon if you don't want to shoot that rat. That's where your food source is. A lot of folks don't even train for that shit. They don't think about that shit. We actually had a set of rules that we had to go through ourselves. And this was, everybody agreed to this because this is this is what reality states could fucking most likely happen. Food's going to be contaminated. Water is not going to be safe to drink, no matter what you do to it, no matter how you treat it. The only safe water you can get comes through a fucking plant because the plant filters out all the harmful shit and only draws up the water. Big brain moment. Yeah, don't eat it's poison anyways, but beyond that, it's possibly even more toxic than it normally is. And that possibility is why you don't get to eat it. Not because of there's contaminants or whatnot in the general vicinity, and something might be contaminated, but something else might not be. So, and you can tell the difference because you throw out garbage at your house that's in the freaking been in the fridge and is nasty or something, right? You think you can get past that shit. But in a disaster situation, in a disaster area, you can't. You can never be certain. There might be a hole in that freaking Twinkie package, in the plastic packaging, that doesn't allow air through, but it allows bacteria in. And you don't know it. Could be it was contaminated with a radioactive substance. And when you crack that thing open, the dust comes off of the outside and gets all over that oily Twinkie. And now that you're eating that Twinkie, now you're taking in radioactive particulates. Instead of you shot this animal, you're outside of the actual disaster zone because you were smart enough to shoot this animal outside of said disaster zone that's got all the nuclear radiation and whatnot from the blast itself. Okay. And so now you can deal with it without getting the dust in there because there's not going to be any living creatures in a blast zone. See how this works? It's actually got real thought put into it. It's not just, oh, well, this is just a LARP anyway, so, guys, you got to do it this way. No. This is why you have to fucking do this shit. This particular exact way. Because anything less, and you are exposing yourself to dangerous situations that you would not otherwise do if you knew what you were doing. So, yeah, you can't eat the freaking food. You can't drink the water in the area. Doesn't matter if you can treat it or you can filter it. You can't drink the fucking water in the area. There's another one about that. Oh, knowing your chemical contaminants. Knowing your chemical contaminants. And also knowing that in a nuclear fallout zone situation, a nuclear disaster of some sort, everything in the general vicinity is fucking radioactive. Everything. So you're not going to get to eat anything for a few days until you get the fuck out of there. You're not going to get to drink anything for a few days until you get the fuck out of there. You know. And why would you train so that you can't drink bottled water? Shouldn't it be safe? Biphosphenol A. The reason why you're not allowed to drink bottled water, even if you're not in a fucking disaster zone, as a Minuteman. Highly toxic, known to cause cancer, known to cause individuals to have a lack of testosterone and other hormonal changes, and also known to cause certain things like cystic fibrosis. So before you say, "Oh well, I'm a woman, I don't have to worry about the the hormonal shit because testosterone's not my problem." Just going to put it out there and says something about it to you. It mimics estrogen in the human body, which will cause cancers and lack of testosterone in men. It will cause an estrogenic progesterone reaction in women. So either way, it's not good for you. Yummy. I am what I am, and that's all that I am. But yeah, so as far as it goes, there's a reason why we train for that shit. Quite literally, part of the training is the only water you can drink is the water in your canteen and the water coming out of that plant over there. So you better have some plastic bags. It's one of the reasons why my backpack actually gets packed with the shit that it does. People have looked at me and been like, dude, wouldn't you want to, have all this other extra shit, like a life straw and stuff like this? I'm like, dude, do you not understand? That life straw is great for everything except forever chemicals and radioactive fallout. Because even one particle is enough to cause a cancer. Go figure. Yeah, they allowed us to smoke cigarettes, but they wouldn't fucking let us drink fucking bottled water. Oh, used to get me so fucking mad because I would personally buy fucking Dasani for myself, basically tap water, but and just because I grew up drinking Dasani bottled water, so I'd buy the Dasani bottled water. I'd get back to the fucking, the account, and You get checked down for contraband, and contraband is not pot pipes or other shit like that. No, contraband is stuff you're not supposed to have because of the situation you're in. Yes, it was only a training course, but seriously, not allowed to have bottled water. So I would actually have to go and pour the bottled fucking water out on a plant because I get caught with it all the fucking time. Pour it out on a fucking plant, stick the fucking here's your plastic little, grocery bag thing. Take your plastic grocery bag around the outside of the plant and tie it up. Make yourself a solar still. When that thing's done processing the water that you just poured on the ground, you can drink what's in the bag. Oy. Could you imagine the fucking shit that fucking people were like at the end of all this? That people were mad, dude, and they were like, "What the fuck, man? Why do I gotta do all this shit?" And then they finally figured it out. When they finally figured it out, after having a good meal, having plenty of recuperative time, they finally figured it out. They were like, "Wait, that fucking made sense. All of it did. Why do I have to march for 20 fucking 5 miles carrying my pack over my rifle?" Because it's to check the limit of your psychological endurance, not your physical endurance. Why do I have to do this survival training where I go for 3 fucking weeks straight with not allowed to buy anything from the gas stations or what have you, not allowed to go to a grocery store, not allowed to do any of that other shit? But we still have this hard fucking training we have to do. We still have to deal with all the just the crap of having to deal with all that. And on top of that, you're losing weight like fucking crazy. You're dehydrated all the time. And you're doing this survival training for what exactly? Then you come back to it later and you realize, wait a minute. In a disaster situation, you can't trust any of the normally trustable sources. And even then, in a non-disaster situation, say you're homeless, you don't have a job, but you got all this training, you do happen to have a firearm or some other projectile weapon because you're smart enough to think, oh wait, physics, not fuckery. So, hey, guess what? I can hunt. I can fish. I can provide myself with protein and sustenance. I can gather plants because I know the tricks on how to not end up dying from what I eat. You guys in the Army know that one. Who were in the Army, I'll put it that way. You know that one. Anyone who was a Boy Scout, you know that one. Anyone who was in the militia, like the real militia, not the fucking LARPing bunch of fuckers, you know that one. But everybody else kind of stuck on that. What is that? What did he rub his wrist for? Funny you should ask. That is because that's the first line of test to see if something is actually harmful. It's one of the most sensitive spots on your body when it comes down to your skin, right on the instep of your wrist, where that little lump pushes out. That's why you do it there. The next testing spot for testing a plant is on the inside of your elbow. The next testing spot is actually over here on the side of your neck, on either side of your neck. It's how you can test to see if a plant is actually toxic or not. If you have a skin reaction, you're definitely going to have a digestive reaction. If you don't, more than likely you can eat it, but still, the next line of tests is you rub it on your lip. And then you lick it just a little bit. And when you do that, if your tongue lights on fire, or if you taste something that's acidic or acrid, don't eat it. Actual survival training. Shit I learned. Shit that was actually pounded into my fucking head. So, not everybody goes through that. A lot of folks, they go and they do this, the whole militia thing. They go and they LARP or whatever, because they think it's a live action role playing game and not an actual real deal, something that could end up being the difference between life and death, and tyranny and freedom. Oh, fucker. I don't know what it is about this fucking cigarette, but it don't want to stay lit. So yeah, it's that's pretty much in a nutshell what it comes down to. You learn all these tricks that the military knows, a lot of them. In fact, most of them I would suggest. But very few parts of the military actually train in the other parts of it, which the militia, the organized militia, if you guys know what that is, there's the military, the standing military, the organized militia, and the disorganized militia. I was with the organized militia. That's groups of individuals that go out and they train specifically for situations, and then they take that training and they use it in the field. That's the organized militia. The disorganized militia are the individuals out there that they get their guns, they get their equipment, they get everything that they would ever need. And they go out and they play around in the woods a little bit, get your decisive specs or whatever up. You do your target training or whatever, You play around with it. And you think of it as just a big game. Until the real thing happens, and then you realize, well, that training is good, it helps. But on the flip side of it, you didn't get the organized training. And that's the different side of it. All right. The disorganized militia are just a bunch of regular old average Joes that really don't know what they're doing. They do have the weapons and equipment to do it, but they do not have the training. And like I said, the militia is the civilian aspect of, the civilian side of armed response, basically. For lack of a better terminology. So anyways, yeah, I've got nothing better to do, so I'm going to sit here and literally just deal with it. Ah, yes. The pond is up again. I'm going to do that. All right. I got to go turn off the water. Thank God. My fish were about to die. Damn pond was almost dry. All right. Back at it. So, yes, sorry about the seasickness, y'all. And no, I'm not trying to make you look at my crotch. It has to do with the fact that my tripod is a beer bottle. Anyways, Another one of those things we learned. There's all sorts of shit we learned, man. That was probably like the most action-packed 6 months of my life. Training with the organized militia. An action-packed 6 months. That was so much fucking fun. Sorry, it was so educational that nowadays I walk out into the woods and I'm like, I'll be fine. Even going like up the side of a mountain where I know there's no fucking water to be had whatsoever. There's no sources of water whatsoever. I'm just like, whatever. Have my pack, have my rifle, I'm good to go. So I need to start actually getting the forge running here soon. Royal bummer by the by, because one of my bricks got wet again. What can I say? I try, but Mother Nature is the one who does. If you think I'm ignoring you, well done. There's a reason behind it. The first thing that you did today was to try to attack another dog. I want you to understand how much that will not be tolerated. In case you guys are wondering why he's not allowed outside right now, that's why. He tried to attack a dog at the back fence. And he dug a hole under the fence to do so. No. I know I taught him better than that. Hell, his first encounter was with a neighbor's dog. Realized, hey, right quick, this is a bad thing. Didn't do it for a full year afterwards, and then all of a sudden started getting back into it. I'm like, no. We're gonna put the kibosh on that so fucking fast. It's gonna make your fucking asshole pucker, dog. It's gonna make your asshole pucker so hard that your ears pop and your nose closes. I'm not a fan of having to deal like that, but attacking other people's dog, dude, that's going to end up getting me in trouble. So I'm not going to tolerate it. I'm sorry if that causes any of you offense, but the reality of it is that's why I have a 6-foot fence around my property, or around this property. And it's been built up. It's because my sister, who was living here before I was, she had a dog, and that poor dog ended up getting attacked by the neighbor's dogs on a repetitive basis, and she got in trouble for her dog getting attacked. And that's why I won't even allow it to be tolerated whatsoever, what way or another. Like, no, I understand you want to protect, but dude, that's not the way to do it. I will handle them. The only thing you need to worry about handling is human beings who are attacking me from behind and rats. And that's it. I'll straight up snatch a wolf up right now. No fear. That motherfucker could be standing on all fours and staring me in the eyes. You are not that big to me. But, you know, it's not going to have somebody else's pet ended up getting, you know, into a face fight. It's not really a fist fight, but, you know, a face fight with my dog. Because it's his breed to be able to take on mountain lions, wolves, bears. And that little fucker right there is precisely the reason why I can't let him out. Because that dog I can't even afford to replace if I sold everything that I have. So the little mutt on the other side of the house over there, can't deal with him. Cannot have any kind of that situation like that. It's going to be what it is. Till we move. Till I leave. And I will leave at some point. Because as much as I like the area, as much as I was, you know, have established all this good stuff and built all this up, it's not my house. It's my mom's house. You know, I built the freaking chicken coop so that she could have a future supply of eggs and chicken. Now, I put the pond in so that she would have fish. But this is not my property. This is my home, not my house. Okay? And so in the future, I'm going to be leaving at some point and going somewhere else. And when I move there, I will be reestablishing what I'm going to be doing, building up my preps. And, you know, the preps that I bring along are great, but, you know, the preps that I'm going to be building up are going to be built up. And I'm going to have an underground bunker myself when I have my own property. That's what my idea is I'm going to have an underground bunker, an underground hydroponic grow, so I can have food and whatnot. And I'm going to be either farming bison or I'm going to be farming deer. Probably bison because I need to have a higher fat content along with the higher protein content. So probably bison. And yes, I will have an underground fucking bunker. My home will be, but you know, subterranean. I'll have a fucking tree house that I'm going to build too, you know, but my real house will be subterranean. And yes, that's the only way. The only way to live, only way to survive. No. Because I know what you're trying to do. And I said no. Sorry, y'all, I'm having to sit there and yell at my dog. Just a reality of having a war dog breed, and then having neighbors who have on the one side pit bull and a shepherd mix, and then on the other side some really expensive show dog. I don't even know what the breed is, and that's saying something because I went to school for that shit. It's one of those breeds I never really paid attention to because I said to myself, I'm never dealing with that. There is no way on earth that I would deal with that. It's too much of a financial risk to be paid so little. And on top of that, if I can't afford to replace the dog, I'm sure it's not going to take care of the dog. If I can't afford to own the dog myself, you know what I'm saying? And also on top of that, I don't like toy dogs. I just don't. I'm a working dog kind of guy. Yeah, raising livestock is pretty expensive these days. Tell me about it. I have chickens at the moment that I'm having to pay for. And my mom's not paying for the chickens. Okay, I want to be making this abundantly clear. She's not the one taking care of them. She's not the one paying for them. I am. I'm just, more inclined to do this for her because this is what she needs. It's her particular needs. She eats chicken. She eats eggs. I have a hard time digesting eggs. It's just something about the composition of the protein. It doesn't sit with me right. Chicken doesn't have enough iron in it. It's got plenty of magnesium in it, but it doesn't have enough iron in it. And so I end up becoming very anemic when I eat chicken. Which is a problem up here anyways, because if you know anything about anemia, iron deficiency anemia, you can't handle cold at all if you're iron deficient anemic. So yeah, that's a big problem for me. I need to be eating red meat. And that's the reality of it. I have a hard time digesting vegetation. I have a hard time digesting. I can't digest rice outright. I cannot digest rice. Got tons of it. It goes in the same way it comes out. Like pudding. I cannot digest that stuff. That's why whenever you see me make like cowboy beans or something like that, I don't even make rice. It's like no point. I'll make cornbread before I make rice, and I don't have any cornmeal for that matter. So there you go. I have very few things out there that I can actually digest for some weird ass reason, and it's not because I'm sensitive to gluten or anything like that. If I was sensitive to gluten, the only thing I could eat would be things like rice. Because I would not be able to eat pasta. On the flip side of it, cannot digest rice. I don't know why. It makes me really ill when I eat rice. Don't get me wrong. One of my favorite meals, my favorite flavor of type of meal is risotto. I used to make risottos all the time. Not anymore. Pasta, potatoes, bread, no problem. I think it has to do with the processing that goes into the amount of processing that goes into dealing with rice and stuff like that. Because I can't eat, I can't digest ramen noodles either. But that's made of wheat, and I can digest wheat. It's strange. I don't know. I don't know how to really put it out there. It's just like I can't digest ramen noodles. It makes me sick. It actually makes me really ill to the point where it feels like I'm experiencing like not a food allergy, but what's it? It's like a food sensitivity, really. And can't digest it. I could eat steak like you can't believe. Shit, I could eat that shit almost raw. But I can't fucking digest rice. What the hell, man? It don't make no fucking sense. The way that my body responds to different types of carbohydrates and certain types of proteins is weird. I've never heard of anybody else having to deal with that same situation. Ever. Like, I've heard of gluten sensitivity. I've heard of, whey sensitivities. I've heard of being lactose intolerant. I am none of the above. I could drink milk straight, I could eat cheese, I could eat yogurt, I can do all that. And actually, yeah, funny enough, Billy, it is just white rice. I can digest brown rice. Crazy as it seems, husk on, bran in, brown rice, I can digest that. Oats, no. I always end up with heartburn with oats. It's just weird. I don't know why. I mean, I still eat it. I still eat oatmeal, but every time I eat oatmeal, I have heartburn for the rest of the day. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I've looked into this on all different aspects of it. I don't understand what is causing it. I've heard of fucking meat allergies, for fuck's sake. None of those problems are mine. If I eat eggs, it's like somebody eating onions, the back end result. I'll put it this way. If I have eggs for breakfast, don't fucking follow me into the bathroom. Just don't. There's a reason why my mom has 2 bathrooms in every house that she's ever had. You cannot come in behind me after I've had eggs or onions. And it makes no sense. Yeah. See, that's the thing though, Billy. You know how expensive steak is right now in my town? Or in the town that I'm living in here? It's $15 a pound. And that's for something like freaking chuck steak, flap steak, something that's just like, it's not the best cuts. It's 15 fucking dollars a pound, man. That's highway robbery, in my opinion. I won't buy it. I won't spend my money on that. I don't throw good money after bad. I'm kind of known for being really frugal with my cash. In fact, I've actually been known as being a cheap ass before because of how I purchase stuff. You know exactly how expensive steak is right now. Yeah, I bet you do, fucker. Freaking, what was it? You're 4-star chef, and dude literally freaking went to Cordon Bleu Academy and shit like that. Dude, and is a fucking cattle rancher. Yeah, I know exactly. I know you know exactly how much freaking steak costs right now, Hoss. Ugh, make me crazy. You realize that when I went to go and buy a rack of pork ribs for a fucking ballistic test, I actually didn't shoot the thing because I was worried about the fact that I spent $30 on a rack of pork ribs. Food prices are so fucking insane right now. I can't even afford to buy food. I have $50 in my account. You know how much? You know what that'll get me? 4 packs of pasta, a pound of butter, and a 6-pack of beer, and that's it. That is it. $50 gets me 3 things, 3 different items, basically. Yeah, 4 packs of fucking pasta, whatever. It's pasta, dude. So before Biden's dumbassery, the highest price I'd ever seen pasta at was 98 fucking cents a bag. The highest price. It's like something around $3 a bag now. Yeah, it probably is cheaper to buy it than or to buy it than raise it. But you know what? That ain't gonna be for very long. I mean, with steak at the price of $15 a pound for chuck, I mean, that ain't long, dude. I was appalled paying $10 a pound for ribeye. And I'm talking about a full ribeye loin, you know, full size freaking loin roast that I sit there and I cut up into steaks myself. $10 a pound. It's like, holy shit, that's expensive. I wonder why I ain't freaking bought a freaking a loin roast in damn near 4 years now. Thank you, Joseph Biden, you fucking piece of shit. I want to actually agree with, I don't know who, I think it was Native Voice. Um, let's stop calling coffee a cup of joe out of respect for coffee. See, that's the thing. I can make pasta. I know how to. And I've got no problems, no qualms with making it. But it's actually more expensive to buy the flour, the eggs, and the oil than it is to buy a fucking bag of pasta. Let that blow your mind, man. It is more expensive to buy that stuff than it is to buy the bag of pasta. For a couple hundred, Jesus, man. I could I could drive to fucking California and go purchase a pig tag and my fucking hunting license for less. I mean, seriously. And I am no slouch at hunting. As a matter of fact, I think what was it? I went my last pig hunt that I went on. I was there all of 2 days. 2 days. And I took a 500-pound sow. 2 days. Most people go for a week, don't even see one. I am a phenomenal hunter. Yeah. Did you know that to purchase a drawing application for deer, for a deer hunt up here, costs $1,500? And it's only forked horn greater. You can't shoot doe. You cannot meat hunt, in other words, according to the law. I mean, yeah, there's the federal law that states that to the right to procure sustenance through the action of hunting is non-negotiable sort of situation thing. You know, it's BLM 001. If anybody doesn't know that one, you can go look it up. Sustenance hunting is entirely different from sports hunting. However, game wardens don't seem to get that. They don't know that, you know, sustenance hunting in the United States versus sports hunting, two different fucking things. Yeah, $45 for a deer tag down in fucking California. If I went to California right now, it's $80 for my hunting license and about $50 for my deer tag. Some crazy shit, isn't it? I can get my hunting license and my deer tag for less than it costs to buy a pig. But come up here and go deer hunting. It can cost you as much as a used car. That's what I'll say. And cost you as much as a used car to buy a drawing application for a deer tag. And you look around here and folks have deer wandering right through their front yards, eating their freaking flower gardens, destroying their cars and their trucks and whatnot. You know, beating up their gardens and all that shit, and nobody can afford to shoot these fucking deer. And most of them are females that do it anyways. And you guys call California, you know, California. Welcome to Oregon. Crazy as it may sound, Billy, the action of hunting Sasquatch in the state of Oregon is a felony. If you do it with anything other than a camera, it's a felony. Just the mere action of doing it. You could be fully licensed, all that extra horseshit. You cannot shoot at anything Squatch related. If you shoot a Sasquatch, you are going to jail. Even if it is really a fucking Sasquatch, you are going to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. It's considered poaching. Yeah, for a mythical fucking creature, it is a felony. Just want to make that clear. That's how fucking bass backwards these motherfuckers are. And y'all wonder why I'm like, I ain't no fucking northern boy. I'm southern boy. I come from the dang gums, the dirty south. Where do you what? Now, it's because of shit like this. I love California. This is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. I was born in damn Torrance, for fuck's sake. Let me make something abundantly fucking clear. You could not drag me back there by my fucking ankles by a goddamn fucking semi truck. I fucking take death first. Thank you. Yeah, it is out of the question. Did you know that hunting unicorns up here is also a felony? What? It's a fucking mythical creature, man. They don't exist. They don't fucking exist. How is that a felony then? I'm hunting something that doesn't fucking exist. Does not compute. It's a felony to hunt unicorns. It's a felony to hunt dragons. It's a felony to hunt fucking Sasquatch. But, you shoot a pig without even having a fucking hunting license up here. Did you know that? You can shoot a fucking pig up here without a hunting license. However, all the pigs are on private property. And because if you're hunting on private property in the state of Oregon, you have to have a hunting license. See how they do that shit? They backdoor the fuck out of it. You don't have to have a hunting license on your own private property or the property that you are an agent of, but you have to have a license to hunt on anyone else's private property, even if you've got permission from them. Wow. Yeah, we know that most, but my point of it is that according to the Smithsonian, Sasquatch does not exist. According to the Bureau of Land Management, Sasquatch doesn't exist, and according to the Department of Public Resources, the Sasquatch does not exist, and according to the Department of Fish and Wildlife, Sasquatch does not exist. That's what I'm saying. They literally acquiesce that Sasquatch does not exist, but the action of hunting a Sasquatch with a firearm is a felony. That's why I said it does not fucking compute, man. The government organization that tells you have to have a hunting license calls it a felony to hunt this particular creature, but then says that creature doesn't exist. That's my point. You're not supposed to be able to be charged for it, but welcome to Or Get a Gun. Yeah, there's something to the Sasquatch thing, and I'll tell you that right now. I'll put it this way: if it's a felony to hunt Sasquatch, then what are we still on this level of? There's no such thing as Sasquatch. There's no such thing as Gigantopithecus. It doesn't exist. Do tell. If it doesn't exist, why is there a law against it? And yeah, I understand stupid people doing stupid shit, cause us to have to deal with certain laws that don't make any sense. But big ass fucking caveat here. There's no reason why, you need to be playing these games. All right. The reason why it's a felony is because of hoaxers. I'm gonna point that out to you. This is the actual reason why that the Department of Fish and Wildlife, or ODFW, goes and says, all right, ODG or ODFW, whatever you want to call it, ODFG. They say that because it's a likelihood that you will actually commit a murder because you're hunting Sasquatch, but these people go out and they hoax people with Sasquatch look-alike stuff. And so what's going to end up happening is you're going to end up shooting this individual who's out there running a hoax, and they don't deserve to be shot. This is why I fucking find such a big problem with the whole there's hoaxers that do this shit kind of thing. Because while it's certainly a possibility, let's be clear. You don't go dressing up like a fucking bear during bear season. You don't go dressing up like a deer during deer season. It's stupid. You are intentionally trying to get yourself killed. And if you do that, you are responsible for your own dumbass demise, not the person who shoots you. However, on the flip side of it, with Sasquatch, it is the case. How is this possible? That's what's my big issue with it. I've had that actually happen to me. I know a feller who he was out there one day, he was just feeding a deer grapes by hand, feeding the animal grapes. And that deer knew he was a human being. But when he ran out of grapes in his hand, that deer tried to stab him in the face with its front hooves. So I don't take that chance. If a deer runs up on me while I'm out hunting, or if I'm in the woods and an animal runs up on me of any kind, sorry, officer, it's self-defense. Well, what do you know? There you go, Seymour. But yeah, if I get run up on by an animal out in the woods, which doesn't often happen, but it does happen, I don't look at it anymore as that animal does not know I'm here because of the way that I hunt. If I'm out hunting, I'm walking into the wind. So if something's running up on me, it is running up from behind. That's why I know that motherfucker knows I'm there. If it's coming at me from the front end, let's be clear, I'm probably going to just step out of the way. But if it's running up from behind or downwind, for that matter, if I'm in a set instead of a stalk, They will, if they come up downwind of me, you can always tell a deer when it's coming up downwind of you. It's sitting there going. That's what they do when they're coming up downwind of you and they know you're there. They can smell you. They just haven't seen you yet. And because they know you're there, they're trying to track you down in order to kill you. Believe it or don't, deer fucking do it all the time to hunters. Folks don't even think about it. It's like, oh yeah, it's a freaking dude. It's a prey animal. It's not gonna go and try and kill you. It's a prey animal with daggers for front hands. It's a prey animal that grows freaking spears on its head. Or pitchfork, for heaven's sake. You telling me that thing won't fucking run up on your ass if it thinks it's got the upper hand? You're out of your mind. You are the kind of people that make it so that I don't want to let you know that I'm hunting. You're the kind of people that make it so that I don't wear hunter orange. You know that? I never wear hunter orange, even in rifle season. Never. And there's a reason behind it. People like that track down hunters in the bush and then shoot at them. Yes, it's a felony. Do you think that there's any law enforcement out there to actually stop them? No. And it's something I've noticed too, personally, on my own personal level. Go out with a full hunting license, full kit, tags, all the fun shit. I'm out there, I'm legally doing it. Have somebody freaking come stomping through the fucking woods and they see my fucking blaze goddamn orange cap or blaze orange fucking bandana, and then they take their gun and point it at that blaze orange. Imagine for a second why I might not wear it anymore. Yeah, there's a reason behind it. I've been hunted by humans for hunting. Supposedly, that is a fucking serious goddamn felony beyond what you would imagine. One, it's hunter harassment, which already carries a 5-year mandatory sentence. On top of that, it's intentional use of firearms looking to commit murder. It carries 25 to life. Yet, it still fucking happens. I don't want to be a target out in the bush. That's one of the reasons why when I hunt, I'm fucking invisible. You won't know that I'm there until I tap you on the shoulder. Seriously. Anymore, that's the way it is. You won't know I'm there till you can smell my breath. And good luck with that, because I chew on wintergreen. I do. I actually take, mint or wintergreen and I stuff it in my cheek and I'll sit there and chew on it. You're not likely to smell me when I'm hunting. It's pretty astonishing shit. I learned all the different tricks. I can disappear from everything, from even modern technologies, because I know the tricks. You know how to drop your body temperature down to a point where it's near hypothermic? Because I do. I know how to go near hypothermic and then basically look like the surroundings out there. Yes, you still light up, but the difference is you don't look like a human. You don't have that human figure. You look like a blob instead because you're near hypothermic. That means all of your blood is in your core, not at your extremities. So now you don't look like a human being. You just look like a big old blob. I learned how to avoid IR a long time ago. How to look like you are the temperature of everything else outside. It's not easy. And yes, it can kill you. It can cause frostbite. It can be very detrimental to you. So I don't recommend you doing it. However, if it's a life or death situation, at your own risk. But I'd much rather you live through it and not, be missing a few toes or something or a pinky finger than not live through it. Far better to be the living because you still get to experience things. Those who have died do not get to experience anymore. So, yeah. Here we are at the end of the day. This Freedom Forum is 3 hours long. So, yeah. Yeah, I saw that too, Seymour. I did. I saw the little thing about the jungle foot. What happens to your feet when you live in the jungle your entire life? The bones in your foot start to shape and turn, and they no longer hold the arch. So what happens is you end up with your with almost like a hand for a foot. It's a trip, but it is real, and it happens to every single human being. It's actually a thing that's part of our biology. The bones in your foot are held together by the form of the fact that you are walking around in shoes. And then on top of that, you're not having to grasp things with your toes. And on top of that, you're walking over a flat surface. The jungle is hills, roots, branches, trees, caves. And yeah, sometimes the only thing you can grab onto shit with is with your toes. It makes sense to, your body might change a little bit over time to deal with that kind of an environment. And that's normal for human beings to do. It's weird because it looks like a chimpanzee's foot. Doesn't make sense. It's like, why do you have thumbs on your feet? Actually, we all do. It's just how we're raised from, infancy to adulthood that dictates how your foot forms. Most of it comes down to shoes, but also to the fact that, we like our flat surfaces in society. We like roads. We like pavement. We like walkways that are flat. Even if, the bricks are kind of heaved up and caved over and wampus or whatever, so they might turn your ankle, they're still flat. So your foot is still contacting the ground all points at the same time. Versus there's a difference. There is a major difference. And this is why you see this, it looks very close to like a monkey's hand or foot or what have you. Yes, we are primates. Your biology changes subtly due to your environment. before I came up here, I couldn't really put on much as far as fat is concerned. Now I've got a little bit of chub, not much, just a little bit, just enough. I actually could not gain weight when I was living down south. My body wouldn't let me. Your biology changes subtly when you change environments. So, over time, I could certainly see somebody's foot just completely getting all kind of weird and turning into a hand after a fashion. You're still going to have a heel. You're still going to have, a defined foot so much that you're walking on your feet. But the shape changes. It's a real freaking trip. It just, and folks deal with this in modern society. You hear about collapsed arches. You hear about plantigrade aversion. You hear about what was the other one? And it's another thing where you get such a high arch that your foot deforms to a point where it's like just it looks like an elephant's foot. I think that's actually what it's called, is an elephant foot. But yeah, it's because you're living in a freaking modern society where you're wearing shoes, but the shoes are too small for you and you've been wearing them for so long that your foot just kind of scrunches up and becomes so that you're walking on your toes and on your heel. But you'd have no arch on the ground. You have no side support on the ground. It's just your toes and your heel. That happens in modern society because of shoes that are too small. Or other practices like foot binding and stuff like that. Some modern societies still practice foot binding, which is in my opinion, that is a torture method, not something that should be practiced by modern societies. For anything other than torture, that is torture outright. Like you're taking somebody's foot and you're just going like this with it. Basically crushing that motherfucker up until it's so impossible to walk that it's like, oh my god, I can't freaking stand on my toes. It's impossible to walk in that shit. So yeah, that's a torture method to me. I don't give a fuck. Other people might say, oh no, that's just an ethnic practice. No, it's not an ethnic practice. I'll put it this way. If that's an ethnic practice, then it's an ethnic practice for me to go and run around and club motherfuckers to death. Okay? I didn't think it was right either. Duh. Yeah, that's my cultural history. Kiowa and Cherokee. War clubs. Tomahawk. Or really, tomahawk. That is my heritage. That is my ethnic heritage. So you're telling me that it's okay for me to go around and club people to death? It's okay for me to go around and smack them upside of the head with a freaking coup stick? It's pretty impressive, because if that's the case, if we're going to go on that cultural heritage shit, well, it's going to surprise the fuck out of you. Hey, Pete, what's up, brother? I had to cut it off. It was making me nuts. I could not stand it anymore. It was actually at a point where I would light my cigarette and it would fucking flare up off half my face. And I said, all right, fine. Cut it. Yeah, I lit a cigarette this morning and it burned all of that right off. Just, I was like, oh shit. So I went inside and I sat there and scratched for an hour, just getting the dead stinky shit off. And then I cut the rest of it off and I went, well, fuck it. Cut the rest. Yeah, I lit my beard on fire. I realized, no, this is too fucking long. I says to myself, all right, fuck it, trim it up. Use a buzzer. All done. Now, all's well. I figured it could be worse. I wanted to go to the store today, but I do not foresee that happening. Sun's gone down. It's 7 o'clock. They've already closed. Go figure. But yeah, I couldn't afford to go to the store anyways. So yeah. Yeah. Tonight for dinner, I get to have a wish sandwich. No bread and wish you had some meat to go with it. Oh no, maybe I'll make some eggs or something. About the only thing I do have. Fucking eggs. So yeah. And thank you for that, Pete. I appreciate it. You know, folks have been, I've been getting razzed all day. You cut your beard off. You cut your beard off. And everybody turns around and then goes, looks pretty fucking good, man. Well, thank you. The reality of it is, I cut it off to kind of hail back to my ancestors, one of those putting on your war face sort of thing, you know. I realize what the fuck's going on. Ain't nothing gonna fix it. Ain't nothing gonna fix it. So I'm gonna have to become that asshole again. It's like one of those, you know, I didn't want to have to do that. I kind of was wearing the beard is kind of like just recognition that you know people might actually have some self-respect, but don't get to have that. Don't get to deal with that no more. I don't get the righteousness of I get to be nice anymore. No, not anymore. I had to put on my war face. And no, before you ask, it's not so that I can go hunting. I'm not going to be hunting this year. Couldn't afford to if I wanted to. Shit, if I can't afford to fucking buy food, fuck makes you think I can afford to buy a hunting license? I'm having to provide for 4 chickens and an adult dog. I don't have the luxury. And I hear you now. Well, why don't you kill a chicken or eat some eggs? No. Even though it's going to make me really fucking sick to eat those eggs because I don't digest eggs well. And yeah, I've got 4 chickens. Only 4 chickens. And I don't know which one's the male yet. So yeah, I have no idea. I can't go and fucking have some chicken because I might just cut myself off at the knees. So again, I can't afford none of it. Can't afford to eat right now. That's why I'm smoking a fuck ton of cigarettes right now because this is keeping my mind off of it for the most part. I mean, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to talk about food. I'm going to talk about eating because I'm hungry. But no, I'm not spending $15 a pound for steak. I'm not spending $4 fucking a bag for fucking pasta. I'm not spending $18 a pound for fucking coffee. Y'all got me fucking backwards twisted. My last name is Price, motherfuckers. What does that say? My last name is Price. If my last name is Price, that means the buck stops here. You know, I have money in my mind as a thing of I don't have enough, I never have enough, and I never will have enough because it's money. And that's why I don't put fucking faith and stock on money because it's not going to always be there. I put my faith in stock of my ability to hunt, my ability to fish, my ability to gather goods and grow good food and raise livestock and be a fucking absolute force of nature when necessary. That's what I put stock in. So no, I can't go and put money down on something where I'm sitting there going, well, I'm just going to have to go without something else for now. No, I'm done with that. I'm fucking done with that. I did that for getting my air guns. I did that for getting my fucking pistol. I'm done with that. Outright, I am fucking done with it. I'm not doing it again. I'll fucking starve to death first, damn it. Probably one of the few with the kind of willpower to fucking literally just keel over and die, motherfucker, if I decide. But I'll never decide to. I'm a tough son of a bitch, but by God. I look at them prices and I says to myself, fuck, and I thought I was high and mighty. I actually had my last bowl of pasta last night. y'all didn't know, that's one of my staple preps. I buy more pasta than I buy anything else. If I run out of pasta, I ain't got nothing left. Might as well start eating bark. I'd fucking eat a rat if I could shoot one. One thing's for certain, my dog ain't gonna starve. My chickens ain't gonna starve. They'll be cared for. But I'll go without. Probably in about like another 4 or 5 days, I'll go and I'll buy me a fucking burger or something. Just because otherwise your body tends to just fucking give up on you. So I'll go out and I'll buy something out to eat. And then I won't eat again for another week. Because that's where I'm at. That's where we're at in this as a society. The price has gotten so fucking high to buy groceries that it would cost you more to buy the fucking groceries than it would to be to fill up your tank with gas. And we've finally come back to that point. That doesn't mean that it's that a tank of gas costs $10. No, that just means that a fucking grocery bill is about $500 rather than you max out at maybe $60, $70 for the same shit. Yes, you're annoying as fuck, we know. Imagine for a second why I'm not letting you out. Right now. All right. Fine with that. Oh, Lord. Yeah, that shit's out. So, California just levied a tax on firearms and ammunition sales, a state tax. Keep on telling my friends and family and whatnot, get the fuck out of California. Do it now while you can, while the getting's good. Nobody wanted to listen to me. Oh, well, I can only you can only lead a horse to water. You can't make a motherfucker drink. You can drown him. You can't make him drink. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's literally a situation of I'm back where I started, like 5, 6 years ago. Can't afford to fucking feed myself. Can't afford none of that shit. Um, Forget about a balanced fucking diet. Fuck that shit. You can't afford a balanced diet. What's the balance? Go ahead and tell me that. To me, the balance is $300 to be able to feed myself for the next week on a properly balanced diet. $300 fucking dollars. I looked into it. If I was actually to go and purchase more than just the bare nuts fucking minimum in order to be able to survive until I can afford it, it's $300 without fail. If I was to go and purchase stuff to have a fancy dinner, it'd be about $500. That shit's out, man. I don't give a fuck. At this point, fuck your bullshit. I'm gonna go fucking deer hunting. License? No. Starvation. Well, we'll give you 3 hunts in a cot. No, thank you. I'd rather eat the deer. At least I know that deer doesn't have prescription pills put in the pudding. Yeah, they do that in the county jails. And I'm appalled by it. Even if you're not supposed to be on prescription drugs, you're getting them. I am very selective about what I eat in that place. I'll eat the sandwich. I'll eat the fucking bean salad shit. I don't touch the banana bread. I don't touch the fucking pudding. Supposedly that's the best part, right? Oh, I get to trade for shit. Yeah, here, trade you my banana bread for I want your sandwich. I'll trade you my pudding. I want your bean salad. You know, or I want your drink. I'll trade you for it. But I'm not gonna fucking sit there and ingest prescription drugs when I know I'm not supposed to be on them. So no, I'm not taking your 3 hots in a cot. Thank you. Fuck off rightly with that. However, I will not starve myself. Not beyond a certain point. I will survive, damn it. Because I know what I know about the law. Yeah, you might fucking arrest my ass. Fine. I'm gonna go to jail, and then I'm gonna have your badge, and I'm gonna have your fucking house, I'm gonna have your car, I'm gonna have your fucking life, because you decided that you wanted to starve me to death. And there is a law which allows me to hunt in the situation where I am in that situation. Just so happens that, I'm not quite there yet. I can digest eggs to a certain extent, so I'll be able to eat eggs for a couple of days. That's about it. After that point, my body will start refusing them outright, and I'll just throw it out. This is what I keep on telling people, like, dude, no, me personally, my diet has to be red meat. Pork doesn't do the same for me. Chicken doesn't do the same for me. Fish doesn't do the same for me. It's a lack of minerals. It's a lack of a specific type of protein. So yeah, I'm just gonna sit here. I'm gonna be hungry. Because that's what I've been pushed to. And y'all have been pushed to it too. You just don't know it yet. For whatever reason. Yeah, I thought that was a rat. Yeah, can't afford to fucking buy food. You know, I got an old saying for that. Can't afford to shit in a public bathroom. That actually comes from the fact that, you know, you can't afford to take a shit because you can't afford to put food in your bowel, food in your money, food in your mouth to go to your bowels. So you don't have anything to shit. So you can't shit in a public toilet. So yeah, that's literally where that comes from. Cannot afford to shit in a public toilet means you cannot afford to eat. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's what I'm gonna have to deal with, you know. I need to actually be able to supply myself with the energy necessary to make knives and axes and swords and stuff like that, so I can even sell them. So, and I need to have the energy to go gather the firewood. Need to have the energy to freaking hammer on the steel. Need to have the energy to fucking use my brain in order to understand what's going on with the steel. So that's out of the question. I can't actually even fucking make a knife right now to sell it to anybody. That's where I'm at. I'm literally at a point where I have just enough lead that I might be able to go hunting. If I'm so fucking discreet about it that nobody knows. And that's literally what it has come to. Because I'm not going to kill off my chickens just because I'm hungry. No, if you notice that, but that's the way that I am. I'm not going to kill my chickens just because I'm hungry. That's what we call putting the cart before the horse. It's pointless. Those chickens will continue to provide eggs. They will continue to provide fertilized eggs, which will create more chickens, which at that point I can turn around and says, all right, well, now I can do this. Whereas before, couldn't because there's no supply to resupply what has been taken away. So yeah, you know, that level of about 4 chickens is necessary right now. Pretty soon I might have a flock or something because I've got a few fertilized eggs. I'm trying to, you know, get to the point where they will pop open and give me chicks. But yeah, I'm gonna be eating eggs tonight for dinner, I guess. I'm gonna be really fucking sick tomorrow because I ate eggs tonight. And my supply of coffee is dwindling very fast. My supply of milk is damn near gone, so that's gonna be something I can't turn to very soon. And did I mention that Barnes and Noble won't sell my book? Yeah. Apparently your political views will stop them from selling your fucking books. And that was a rat. Must have gotten caught by one of the chickens. Well, at least they're getting plenty of protein in their diet. Um, Anyways, I'm gonna probably call it here. Um, Unless anybody wants to come up and join the freaking panel or whatnot, by all means, you're welcome to. Uh, but yeah, I'm getting tired. I was more just fatigued. You know, I'm not Tired like I want to go to sleep. Just tired like I got no energy. I ain't eating nothing for 11 hours. No. 24 hours. 23 hours. Yeah, 23 hours. So you best believe if a fucking deer walks into my backyard, it ain't leaving. But it ain't gonna happen because they got 6 foot tall fences and barbed wire which surround it. So yeah, it's not gonna happen. Never had a deer in the backyard. I'm in the front yard, all you can believe. But never had them in the backyard. So that's about where I'm at. And like I said, no money, no money, no food. I ain't eating dog food. Nothing personal against Houdini. In fact, it's because of Houdini that I eat dog food. But damn, Outpost sandwich actually sounds fucking good. Take this inside. Lord. All right. Yeah, sun is going down. It's the end of the day. You don't get to go outside and terrorize the neighbors. It's not happening. I don't care if you give me the puppy dog eyes, it doesn't work. And you know that. Here's your food. Who? Yeah. Bobo. Caramba. Can't even sell my fucking eggs. Nobody will buy them. Well, as I said before, thank you all for coming. This has been Guardsman at the Freedom Forum. And motherfuckers, I am out.